Okay, let's get into your reading, Libra. Okay, I'm telling you they didn't plan for this, and I want you to understand what that means because this is someone who plans everything, who is careful, who doesn't let things happen to them, who moves through the world with a specific kind of control over what they let in and what they don't. And then you happened, and nothing about it was planned, and nothing about it was controlled. And the feeling that arrived when you happened to them is bigger than anything they prepared for, bigger than anything they would have chosen, and they have been trying to manage it and failing completely. And now they've reached a point where the managing is over, where what they feel has gotten bigger than the carefully maintained control they usually keep over everything. And what a person does when feeling overtakes control, when someone who never planned to fall this hard finds themselves fallen completely, is the unthinkable. The thing they would never have predicted for themselves. And your guides brought you here today so you know what's coming before it arrives. Drop a comment right now and say I claim this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, first oracle card. They tried to keep it manageable, and every single attempt failed. And your guides led with this because the trying to manage is the whole story of what's been happening inside this person. Because they knew from early on that what they were feeling was significant, and the knowing scared them. So they tried to keep it manageable. They put limits on it in their mind. They told themselves it was just attraction, just admiration, just a connection that would naturally level off. And none of the limits held. Because every time they set one, the feeling grew past it, quietly, without asking permission, past every ceiling they tried to put on it. And the failed attempts to manage it are what convinced them, against everything they planned, that what they feel for you is not something that can be managed. Okay, second oracle card. The unthinkable is something they swore they would never do, and they're about to do it anyway. And your guides want to be specific about the unthinkable because it's not generic. It's specific to this person, specific to who they are and what they swore to themselves they would never do when it came to love. Maybe they swore they'd never be the first to say it. Maybe they swore they'd never put themselves fully out there. Maybe they swore they'd never let someone have this kind of power over their decisions. And whatever the specific thing they swore is the specific thing they're about to do, because what they feel for you has made their old rules irrelevant. And people whose rules become irrelevant do the things they never planned to do. Okay, third oracle card. The falling happened in stages, and each stage surprised them more than the last. And your guides want to show you how this happened for them because it didn't arrive all at once. It arrived in stages, and each stage surprised them. The first stage was noticing you, the specific involuntary noticing that happens before you've decided to notice. And they thought, okay, I noticed this person, that's fine. And then the second stage, the thinking about you. And they thought, okay, I think about them sometimes. Still manageable. And then the third stage, the wanting, the specific, real, I want to be in this person's life wanting. And that stage is where the managing started to fail. And the fourth stage, the falling completely, arrived before they could stop it. And now they're in the fourth stage. And there's no fifth stage that involves not doing something about it. Okay, fourth oracle card. What makes the feeling unmanageable is that it's not just one thing, it's everything about you at once. And this is the oracle card that explains why the managing failed. Because if it were just one thing, just how you look, or just how you think, or just the way you make them feel in your presence, they could have managed it. You can contain one thing. You can put one thing in a box. And what they feel for you is not one thing. It's everything at once. The way you think and the way you move and the way you are in the world and the specific feeling they get when you're in the same space, all of it arriving simultaneously, all of it real, all of it pointing in the same direction. And you cannot put everything at once in a box. You can only let it be what it is. Okay, fifth oracle card. They've been sitting on the unthinkable thing, and the sitting has become unbearable. And this is where they are right now. Sitting on it. The unthinkable thing they're about to do has been sitting in them, pressing, building, getting heavier for long enough that sitting on it has become harder than doing it. And that threshold, the moment sitting on something costs more than saying it, is the most important threshold in love, because everything before it is the holding back, and everything after it is the doing of the unthinkable thing. And they have crossed the threshold, and the doing of the unthinkable thing is what's coming for you. Okay, sixth oracle card. The unthinkable thing is an act of love, the most complete kind they've ever offered anyone. And your guides added this oracle card because they want you to understand the quality of what's coming. Because the unthinkable thing, whatever it is for this specific person, is not reckless. It's not impulse. It's the most deliberate, the most complete, the most fully felt act of love that this person has ever offered to anyone. And they've never offered this to anyone because they've never felt anything that required it. And what they feel for you requires it. And so they're doing it. The Lovers, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Moon reverse, the Hermit reverse, the Star, the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Sun, the World. 10 cards. And I want to walk through every single one because they're all saying something essential. The Lovers first. And the Lovers is here. And I love that it's the very first card because the Lovers is the recognition card. The soul level, this is the person knowing that arrived in this person before they had time to prepare for it. And the Lover's recognition is exactly why the falling was unplanned. Because you can't plan for the Lovers. You can't decide to have soul recognition. It just arrives, and it arrived for them about you before they knew what was happening. And now they're carrying the Lover's recognition alongside everything else. And the Lover's recognition is what makes the unthinkable feel like the only logical thing. And the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is the feeling at full overflow. Because the falling happened in stages. And the cup filled at each stage a little more, a little more, a little more. Until the cup is now full beyond capacity, overflowing, and what overflows cannot be contained anymore. And the Ace of Cups overflowing is the mechanism of the unthinkable, because when a cup gets this full, it has to go somewhere, and where it's going is toward you, in the form of whatever the unthinkable looks like. And the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is the energy of the unthinkable itself. Because the Knight of Wands is fire in motion, bold, direct, the one who acts on what they feel without overthinking the action. And this is significant for a person who plans everything, because the Knight of Wands energy taking over in someone who is usually careful is exactly what produces the unthinkable. When the fire gets big enough, it overrides the planning. And the fire is big enough now. And the Knight of Wands is in motion toward you, and the moon reversed. And the moon reversed is everything that's been held privately finally surfacing, because this person has been carrying what they feel in the private world of the moon, in the quiet, the night thoughts, the moments where the feeling gets to be its full size because no one is watching. And the reversed moon is the private becoming visible, the hidden surfacing, the full-size feeling finally getting to exist in the shared space between you. And when the moon reverses in a reading about the unthinkable, it means the private thing is becoming the said thing. And the Hermit reversed. And the Hermit reversed is them leaving the cave, because this person has been in the cave, withdrawn into themselves with what they feel, the careful, controlled person sitting alone with the feeling they didn't plan for. And the cave has gotten too small. The feeling has gotten too big for the cave. And the Hermit reversed is the door opening, the isolation ending. And when the Hermit reversed appears alongside the Knight of Wands and the moon reversed, all in the same spread, the cards are showing you that the withdrawal is over, that the coming out of the cave is happening now, and the direction they're coming out toward is you. And the star is the hope underneath all of this. Because underneath the planning everything exterior of this person is someone who has a quiet, specific hope about love. A hope that was probably given up on at some point, or tucked away as unrealistic, the hope for the kind of feeling they're now experiencing. And the star is the universe confirming that the hope was never unrealistic. And the feeling they have for you, the one they didn't plan for, is the hope they gave up on showing up in the exact form it was always meant to arrive in. And the Two of Cups is the most important confirmation in the spread, because the Two of Cups is mutual. Two people both feeling it, both in it. And the Two of Cups being here tells me the unthinkable thing they're about to do is not going to land in empty space. It's going to land in something real on your side. And the Two of Cups is the destination, not one person falling and the other not. Two people, both in it, both feeling the thing that neither of them fully planned for. And the Four of Wands is where all of this is building toward. Because the unthinkable thing is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of the next chapter. And the chapter it opens is the Four of Wands chapter. The commitment, the building, the two people who fell for each other in the most unplanned, completely surprised by this way, creating something real and lasting and witnessed. And the Four of Wands is the destination of the unthinkable act, not just a moment, but the beginning of a life built on the feeling neither of them saw coming. And the sun is the joy on the other side of the unthinkable, because someone who has been carefully controlling everything, finally letting that control go, finally falling completely, finally doing the thing they swore they'd never do, and finding that the other side of that is not catastrophe, but warmth, light, the specific happiness of someone who held themselves back for a long time and finally discovered that the thing they were holding back from is the best thing that ever happened to them. And the world is the completion of the person they were before you and the beginning of the person they become after. Because falling this hard for someone changes the person doing the falling. And the world is the old version of them. The carefully controlled, nothing gets through without a plan version. Completing, and the new version beginning. The one who did the unthinkable. The one who let the feeling win. The one who discovered that the most unplanned thing in their life was also the best thing in their life. Okay, tea leaf cards, 7 of them. First tea leaf card. The exact moment they realized they were fully fallen and how they felt about it, because there was a moment, specific and clear, where the last of the managing collapsed. And they understood, I have fallen completely for this person. And the feeling in that moment was not clean. It was complicated, because this is someone who planned everything, and realizing you've fallen completely for someone you didn't plan to fall for is both wonderful and terrifying at the same time. And they sat with the complicated feeling for a while and the wonderful won, because the wonderful always wins when the falling is real. Next tea leaf card. Them rehearsing the unthinkable thing, going over it more than once before they commit. And the unthinkable thing has been rehearsed multiple times in their head, in the quiet moments, running through how it could go, what they'll say, what you might say back, the different versions of how it lands. And the rehearsing is the evidence of how much this matters to them, because you only rehearse the things where getting it right actually counts. And getting this right counts more than anything they have ever had to get right before. Next tea leaf card. You already feeling them differently. Something in their energy has shifted and you've noticed. And check in with yourself here, because something may have already shifted in how they feel around you. And you might have felt it without knowing what to call it. A different quality in their attention, a charge in the air when you're together that wasn't quite there before. The specific feeling of someone who has crossed the threshold from holding back to about to act. And that feeling is already reaching you, because energy moves before words do. And the energy of someone who has decided to do the unthinkable is already in the space between you. Next tea leaf card, the unthinkable thing arriving and the specific feeling when it lands. And when it comes, when the unthinkable thing they've been rehearsing finally arrives, there's a feeling. And the feeling is going to be, oh, I didn't see this coming. The specific full body quality of something significant arriving completely. And even though you're watching this reading, even though you've been told it's coming, the actual arrival of it is going to surprise you, because the real thing always does. And the surprise is going to be one of the most beautiful feelings you've had in a long time. Next tea leaf card, your response and what your guides need it to be. And this tea leaf card is the most important one for you personally, because when the unthinkable arrives, your guides need your response to come from your truth, not from the surprise, not from the performance of not having seen it coming, not from the instinct to play it cool or make yourself seem unbothered or respond in a way that protects you from being vulnerable, from your truth. Whatever is actually real for you about this person, because they are doing the bravest thing they've ever done in love. And the response that honors that bravery is the honest one, the real one, the one that comes from the place where you actually feel things. Next tea leaf card. What the two of you build after the unthinkable, the real version of what this has been becoming. And this is the most hopeful tea leaf card, because the unthinkable thing is not just a moment that passes. It's a door that opens. And what's on the other side of the door is the real version of what this has been becoming. The connection, the feeling, the whatever this is that neither of you fully named, finally getting to be named. And what gets built on the other side is the Four of Wands life, the Sun life, the Two of Cups, both people in it, built on the feeling neither of them planned for life. And it's the best kind of life because it's the one that started with something real. And the last tea leaf card, both of you on the other side of the unthinkable and how the story looks from there. And your guides ended here because this is the image they most want you to hold. Both of you on the other side of the unthinkable thing, in the after, in the life that the unthinkable act opened. And looking back at the before when they were trying to manage it, the before when they swore they'd never, the before when neither of you knew what this was becoming. And from the other side, the before looks so small, and the act that crossed from the before to the after, the unthinkable thing, looks like the bravest, most necessary, most right thing a person in love has ever done. Okay? Final messages from your guides, 7 of them. Trust that the feeling behind the unthinkable is real. This is not an impulse. And your guides put this first because doubt is going to show up for you when it arrives. The is this real doubt? The is this going to last doubt? The they didn't plan this, so maybe it won't hold doubt. And your guides are removing all of it right now. The feeling behind the unthinkable is real. It built across stages. It survived every attempt to manage it. It overflowed the cup. It drove someone who plans everything to do the thing they never planned. And something that does all of that is not an impulse. It's the real thing. Next final card. Receive the unthinkable with your full self. Don't minimize it to make it easier to hold. And this is the most important instruction your guides have for you. Receive it fully, not the minimized version, not the, oh, it's not that big a deal version that makes something significant feel safer because smaller things are less scary to lose. Fully at its actual size. Because the person bringing you the unthinkable thing is bringing it at full size. And receiving it in the minimized version is a mismatch the moment doesn't deserve. So receive it fully. The way someone receives the bravest thing another person has ever done. Next final card. Be honest in your response. They gave up control to say this. Give them truth in return. And this is the instruction for the moment itself. When they do the unthinkable, when they say or do the thing they swore they never would, give them truth in return. Because giving up control to love someone is the most vulnerable thing a careful person can do. And vulnerability met with performance is a wound. And vulnerability met with honesty is the foundation of the Four of Wands life. So whatever is true for you, whatever you actually feel about this person, let that be the response, not the managed version, the true one. Because truth meeting truth is how the unthinkable becomes the together forever. Next final card. The unthinkable is the beginning, not the peak. And your guides want you to understand the scale of what's starting, because it would be easy to treat the unthinkable thing as the peak moment, the dramatic high point that everything else orbits around. And your guides are saying, it's the beginning, not the peak. It's the first chapter of the real thing. And the real thing that follows it, the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Cups life, is bigger and better and more than the unthinkable moment itself. So receive the moment and then walk through the door. It opens. Next, final card. You were always the person who was going to make someone do the unthinkable. Own that. And your guides want you to own something about yourself. Because the unthinkable doesn't happen for just anyone. Someone who plans everything doesn't abandon the plan for just anyone. Someone carefully controlled doesn't lose the control for just anyone. And you are not just anyone. And what you are, the specific, genuine, depth-carrying quality of you, is the thing that produced the unthinkable. And owning that is not arrogance, it's just accuracy. And accuracy about yourself is what lets you receive what's coming at its actual size. Next, final card. Save this and drop a comment when the unthinkable happens. Tell me what it was. Save this reading right now. Bookmark it. Share it today, because when you share something like this, what comes back is tenfold. And when the unthinkable happens, when this person does the thing they never planned to do, come back here and drop a comment. Tell me what it was. Tell me if you saw it coming. Tell me what you felt when it arrived. Because someone watching this right now has a person in their life who's been holding something back, and they can feel it, but they can't name it. And knowing that yours finally did the unthinkable is the thing that gives them the patience to wait for theirs. And the very last card, they never planned to fall this hard for you, and now they're about to do the unthinkable, and your guides need you ready. They never planned to fall this hard for you, and now they're about to do the unthinkable, and your guides need you ready. And they saved this for last because it's the whole reading in 3 sentences. The lover's recognition hit them before they were ready. The Ace of Cups filled past every ceiling they tried to set. The Knight of Wands overrode the planning. The Moon reversed surfaced what was private. The Hermit reversed opened the cave door. The Star confirmed the hope underneath was always real. The Two of Cups confirmed the mutuality. The Four of Wands showed where it's building. The Sun promised the joy on the other side, and the world completed the carefully controlled version of them, and began the version that did the unthinkable for love. And all of it, every stage of the falling, every failed attempt to manage it, every rehearsal of the unthinkable thing, every moment they sat in the cave with what they felt, was leading here to the threshold, to the doing of the thing they swore they'd never do. And the thing is almost here. And your guides brought you to this reading so that when it arrives, you receive it fully, honestly, from the standing in your truth place, that someone who has done the unthinkable for you deserves to be received by. Okay, to bring this home, someone never planned to fall this hard for you. And now they're about to do the unthinkable. And the cards showed us everything. Your guides told us they tried to keep it manageable and every single attempt failed. That the unthinkable is something they swore they would never do, and they're about to do it anyway. That the falling happened in stages and each stage surprised them more than the last. That what makes the feeling unmanageable is that it's not one thing, it's everything about you at once. That they've been sitting on the unthinkable thing and the sitting has become unbearable, and that the unthinkable is an act of love, the most complete kind they've ever offered anyone. The lovers confirmed the soul recognition that arrived before they were ready. The Ace of Cups showed the feeling overflowing past every ceiling they set. The Knight of Wands showed the fire in motion, the unthinkable becoming action. The Moon reversed showed the private feeling finally surfacing into the shared space between you. The Hermit reversed showed the cave door opening, the withdrawal ending. The Star confirmed the quiet hope underneath was always real. The Two of Cups confirmed the mutuality. This lands in something real on your side. The Four of Wands showed the commitment this is building toward. The Sun showed the joy on the other side of the unthinkable. And the world completed the carefully controlled version of them and began the version who did the unthinkable for love. And the tea leaf cards showed the exact moment they realized they were fully fallen, them rehearsing the unthinkable more than once before they commit. You already feeling the shift in their energy, the specific feeling when the unthinkable lands, what your response needs to be and why, what gets built on the other side, and both of you looking back at the before from the other side, and the before looking so small. Trust that the feeling behind the unthinkable is real. It survived every attempt to manage it. Receive it with your full self. Don't minimize it to make it easier to hold. Be honest in your response. They gave up control to say this. Give them truth in return. Know the unthinkable is the beginning, not the peak. And own that you were always the person who was going to make someone do the unthinkable. All of it confirming they never planned to fall this hard for you, and now they're about to do the unthinkable. And your guides need you ready. Claim this, loves. Drop a comment and say, I claim this. And someone did the unthinkable for me, and I receive it fully, and I give them truth in return. Because every word of that is true. Save this. Share it today and come back and drop a comment when the unthinkable happens. Tell me what it was. I want to know. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment, and tell me what hit hardest. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.